Have you been hurt? Been backstabbed? Got a talking back team? Well, you're not alone. No. Escaping to another reality. Through Dominic Wilkins' good books. Good books, audio books, paperback, ebook, good books. Available on authordwilkinsgoodbooks.com.
This is Brandon Royce, and you're listening to Jerry Royce Live worldwide on positivepower21.org.
Hey, this is Meshaun, owner and fashion designer Meshaun Denise, also the host of Mimi Being Real, and I'm on with Jerry Royce Live worldwide.
You are listening to positivepower21.org with Jerry Royce.
What up? It's your boy Kano Kingston.
Hi, this is Angel Sessions.
Hey, this is Cotton. Hi, I'm Teresa Powell.
Hi, Jerry. This is Ira Sandra Carter.
Hi, this is Phil Powers.
Hello, this is Teresa Bobby with Jerry Royce Live.
Hi, I'm Philip Byrne. I'm live on the Jerry Royce Show.
Hey, what it do? It's your boy Houston Saint.
Peace, this is Dahlia, the poet, spoken word artist.
Hello, this is Lamar Marquise with Jerry Royce Live.
All right, everyone. You got Robin Lynn, and I'm keeping it live right now on Jerry Royce Live.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? This is a award-winning podcast with the greatest podcast on earth. Thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce Live worldwide on internet radio, where you get your positive on. So when it's all positive, it's all power. That's positive power. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Think you know how drugs get in those little brown bottles? Think again. Set in the green hills of western New Jersey, inside the gilded halls of power of a U.S. pharmaceutical company where decisions are worth billions of dollars and human lives worth less. Nicholas Harding, a young executive at Marshall Pharmaceutical, finds his career, family, and life in jeopardy. The Farmhouse, a suspense thriller novel by Bill Powers, published by Donna Inc. Publications, available at Amazon.com or DonnaInc.org. Go to Bill's webpage at www.authorBillPowers.com.
Are you looking for the next great read? A book filled with love, passion, betrayal, and intrigue. The award-winning novel, Season of Change, by Tamika Patrice Kane, is sure to satisfy your literary sweet tooth. Check out this must-read book reviewers are calling uplifting and emotional. And exceptionally great read, deeply intense and thought-provoking. Order your copy today. Available in paperback and ebook on Amazon.com or at www.tamikapatrice.com.
Are you an author looking for promotional services or a reader looking for a great read at low prices? In this competitive world of books, Writing Royalty Promotions is dedicated to bringing authors and readers together to build a greater respect for literature through our various promotional services and online bookstore. So head over to WritingRoyaltyPromotions.com and check us out.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and welcome to PositivePower21.org. I am Jerry Royce Live, and you're listening to episode 308 with fashion designer and host of her own show called Mimi Being Real is meme-holmes. And before we bring Mimi out, let's hear a word from our today's sponsor.
Are you looking for a great book of poetry that is romantic, heartfelt, and full of male emotion? Then get Thoughts, Love, and Reflections by James K. Deshay. That's D-E-S-H-A-Y. Go to www.jamesdeshay.com. You will enjoy Thoughts, Love, and Reflections.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Jerry Royce Live worldwide on PositivePower21.org. And let me remind you, for those of you that's listening to the show from Facebook, You have an opportunity to go to our website anytime you like during the day at positivepower21.org, and you can listen to all our shows streaming 24/7. That's right. They just run. That's right. Radio casting. All right. Tonight on our show, we got meme-holmes. Meme, pronounced Meshaun, known to her fans as Meme, is a fashion designer, host of her own show called Meme Being Real on YouTube. This is on weekdays on YouTube. Okay, I just said that. Meshaun is from Charleston, South Carolina, and has been in the entertainment and fashion industry for over 10 years. Mimi has done shows in California, featured international magazines, and won several awards for her clothing brand, Meshaun Denise, and featured on blogs as well. You can find her in magazines like Vigore magazine, you got GeecheeOne Magazine, and a host of many others. And if you want to check out, you can check us out on Spreaker.com/positivepower21. We have all the links to where you can find her. Her Facebook page is Mimi Being Real. And again, you can find her on YouTube, Mimi Being Real, on the Big Time YouTube channel. All right, Mimi, welcome to the show. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Jerry. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Welcome to Jerry Royce Live. All is well?
All is well.
All is well. Good for you. So glad to have you. Now, the first question come out of the gates, and we come out fast, Mimi. The question is, who is meme-holmes?
So, meme-holmes, she's your girl next door. I'm very opinionated. I'm very creative. I believe in, just being real with everything that I do. Whether it's my clothing brand or my show, I'm all about helping others and just basically just raising people up, no matter what economic status, class, or anything like that. I'm just that, person that you always go to for advice or just to get a good laugh. So I'm an all-around about person, both career-wise and personal-wise.
Good. All right, so how did you grow up? How you grow up? Did you grow up in Carolina or California?
I went back and forth. My mom was in the military, so, of course, I wouldn't say I was a military brat, but, we did, go back and forth, but I mainly stayed here in the Carolinas. I love the Carolinas. I have no problem when I go to California. I'm like, yes, I've lived here, but, home. And, I just want to make sure that everyone knows that, because I know when people get big, they move and they claim where they moved to versus where they lived.
That's right. That's right. So you love the Carolinas. I've been meeting a lot of people from the Carolinas. All right, Charleston. So when you're in California, where are you? Where can people find you?
They can always find me in Moreno Valley. That's where I spent most of my childhood. But I go to Los Angeles and San Diego. But mostly I'm in San Bernardino, Moreno Valley, around that area.
All right. Now, and since you kind of going back and forth, so how, what was school like for you, like high school? Where did you do most of your schooling?
I did most of my schooling here in the Carolinas. Shout out to West Ashley High, class of 2005. That's my alma mater. That's my brothers and sisters' alma mater. Kind of started a trend because most of my family went to Burke High School down here, and I was actually the first family member to actually break away from that and went to a whole different high school. So, me and my brothers and sisters are now, proud Wildcats, and, that is the best high school to go to in my personal opinion.
Yeah, so did you do sports? You sing, dance, cheerleading?
I did drama. I definitely did cheerleading. I get that all the time. They be like, I know you did some form of cheerleading in high school, and I did. So I did cheerleading. I did, drama, but mostly, when I'm not at school or doing those activities, I've always been home sewing, creating. I even made my own prom dress my senior year at high school.
Wow, good for you. So so where did the excitement or the thrill come from, for fashion? What made you, what drew you to that?
It actually started at a young age. I have my aunt and my grandmother and my mother. They always sewed. It was like you either was a model or you sewed, or you did both.
Mm-hmm.
I was fortunate to definitely get a chance to do both. I mean, modeling is cool, but, sewing is where I'm at. And my mom always tells the story about how I was 5, and she bought me all these Barbie clothes, like over 300-something Barbie clothes, because I guess I was spoiled. I didn't feel spoiled, but from those who were older than me said that I got basically everything that I wanted. And she said that when she came in the room, I was cutting up the clothes. So, of course, typical, mothers, they're about to come punish you. But she said when she walked back in, she noticed that I was trying to piece the different parts together and make outfits for my dolls. And that's when she knew right then and there that's what I wanted to do. So as, I grew up, she taught me how to sew, she taught me how to draw, and then it just went from there.
Now, is that important, getting into the fashion industry, that you can sketch? Is that important?
I personally think it's important. I mean, some people are not really good sketchers. I mean, they can pay people to do that, but what I pride myself on is I'm the type of designer that I want to do everything start to finish. I want to draw my dream and then make my dream.
Good. Now, my daughter studied a little fashion designer. She's not much of a sketcher, but, she can, take a pattern and make anything, make jackets, skirts. And she was only like 12, I think 11 or 12 when she got into it. Ended up making her own clothes for a fashion show, which I thought was incredible for a child competing with, older teenagers and women that was, was showcasing their garments. I thought that was really fascinating. Now, that young age, because you had to have at least 3 pieces minimum, and she had a jacket, skirt, and I think she made a pair of pants also. Yeah, she sure did. So I thought that was blazer. Yeah, it was a blazer. It's called a blazer for women, right?
Right.
Is that right? Yeah, okay, she made a blazer. So we thought that was, really something, real big deal. So anyway, so we kind of got a little bit of taste of that. My brother, he was into modeling for a couple of years, so we kind of got an opportunity to see that. But it was always store-bought stuff. It was a couple of shows he had done where it was local designers, so we got a chance to see what local designers can do. But that's a really interesting industry. How far in your mind are you trying to go with that, or you just want to stick to owning your own fashion company, or are you competing? Where are you right now with it?
Okay, so right now, of course, I do have my own business, and of course I would like for, our brand to go into major chains, but for right now, because we're such a small and independent company, what I'm currently doing this summer is called a rapper series, and I'm, having a nationwide contest, and what it is I want, rappers, singers, to send me their best work as far as their music, and I'm going to pick 5 people. So I'm going to pick a group, 2 male solo acts, 2 female solo acts, and what I'm going to do is personally design for them for the summer. I want them to talk about the experience, do some lyrics regarding the clothing line, and just make it like a 5-part series. So that way it brings attention to not only them as artists, but also to my company as a whole. And then we're going to launch our spring and summer 2015 collection. And this collection is very dear to me because this is going to be the first time that I incorporate a men's line along with my, famously known woman's line. So it's very exciting.
Right.
We have a lot of work ahead of us.
Yeah, good. And like I told you earlier, we're going to really get into the business part of you right after our break. But I wanted the audience to get a chance to get to know you, your talent, where are you right now. And that is awesome idea. So we're going to really get into that in the 8:30, after 8:30. Now, getting back to you, being a cheerleader. Now, I could tell you got that cheerleader in you because, it's like you stand up for people and you root them on, in your podcast. Why are you like that? Why you take on that challenge?
I guess it started from home. My mom, shout out to my mom, she's awesome. Growing up, my mom was always a charitable person. Like, she would give you the shoes, the clothes, everything off her back. And I remember specifically one Thanksgiving, she brought a homeless guy home to have dinner with us. And then that Christmas, she brought him home as well. I think his name was Frank. very nice guy. He just was down on his luck. He was a young guy. He had to been around 20, 21. And, you know, he was just telling us as, you know, me and my brothers and sisters as young children, you know, what he had to go through and how he still maintained a positive attitude. And I just thought that was so amazing because I'm like, I have all of this and he really doesn't have anything, but yet he's able to have a positive attitude regarding that. And she, you know, bought him a gift and made him feel part of the family. So now he's doing very well for himself last time I checked, and it's all thanks to my mom because my mom took time out for him. So I'm the same way. If I see someone trying, I'll be more than happy to help them in any way that I can because I like to see people succeed.
Yeah, absolutely. Because anything can happen. Because I have a few people that's been on the show that told me they were. I think I had 3 guests that told me they were homeless, and then they have written books. They got good jobs. They finished college, but things just happen sometimes, and you just wind up, you know, on the street for a while until somebody, you know, lend a helping hand. So that was real big up to your mom for that. So I know you're a real big cheerleader for your mom. Now, from seeing that, you know, seeing that happen, you know, how she took a chance on this guy, what's the next move for you?
Well, I always, and I've said this when I was in college, you know, at the Art Institute, you know, my main goal is to definitely be a philanthropist. I definitely want to do that. And one of the main things that I always and still have my heart set on, I want to create this big place where it would just be a center for homeless veterans because a lot of people, and I've had many friends who've died, you know, serving our country, and some have come back with no arms, no legs, not able to get a job, sleeping under the bridge. And I just think it's unfair that they go and they make sure that I'm safe over here, but when they come back, they don't have anything. So I definitely wanted to open up a place for homeless veterans that they can come, have a place to stay, you know, something warm to eat. If they're suffering from, you know, PTSD, they can get all the assistance there, help with, you know, dependency if they are, you know, off the wagon as far as alcohol or drugs. You know, put them back into civilian life and let them know that, hey, we appreciate everything that you do for us when you're away. Let us show you how much we appreciate you.
All right. So what's the goal? What's the strategic plan for that?
Hopefully, in about 5 years, I do want to open the Daniel C. Johnston Veterans Center. And the reason why I wanted to name it that is because my stepfather, God bless the dead, he was such a charitable person. He always reached out to others, just like my mom. And, you know, he was taken so young, you know, due to aneurysm. So I want to make sure to have his legacy moved on because he touched a lot of people's lives when he left. And, you know, they told us stories about how much he helped them, you know, how he would, you know, bend over backwards to, you know, help them with things that no one would help them with. So I feel like that would be a great way to honor him. And I know that was something that he would be, you know, want to be a part of if he was still living today.
Wow. So was he in the military?
He was not, but my mom was. And so was my grandmother. So, you know, I always think about what if that could have been them.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. And big ups to him. That's something how, you know, you go to someone's memorial and all these people come out and just pull out and you're like, wow, I didn't know that. You know, it's like you didn't know that.
Right.
Unless you know, you follow that person around. They were like that since they've been on the planet, just helping people. You know, it sounds like that's your mom, and then they instilled it. Both of them instilled that in you, and that's big. So we definitely, you know, wish you the best with that. Now, of course, you know, I guess your main focus is to try to get your fashion, your business off the ground, get that running. Now, how come it's so popular that designers are so big and want to help people, want to give back? You know, why is it so instilled in them?
I think because, and I can only like speak on my personal beliefs, as a designer, it's hard. It's hard. It takes a lot of patience, time, humility to try to get into shows, to put yourself out there, worry about if people are going to like your product or not. And, you know, people take chances on you. how I got to California, if it wasn't for people seeing my stuff on Facebook, I would have never got invited to do a show in California. They saw my stuff on Facebook. Just putting yourself out there is just a lot. So, anytime I can get back to those who believed in me and my craft, I'll be more than happy to.
Yeah, that made me. Now you pretty young in the industry, just 10 years in it, in the fashion. It's pretty young, and you already can see how hard it is. What's your advice to a young person now who's in school for it? They grinding it out. They doing everything they're supposed to do. What would be if you were their mentor? What would you say to them?
I always live by faith, consistency, and hard work. I actually got that from another YouTuber. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. His name is Spoken Reasons. And I remember when he was talking about having faith, consistency, and hard work. If you have those things, whether times get hard, because they are going to get hard, they're definitely going to get hard. As long as you definitely make sure that you believe in yourself and your craft, also be consistent. There will be times, there's been times where I feel like I don't feel like sketching today. I don't feel like making anything today. But that drive in me is so strong, it will not allow me to just sit still.
Yeah.
And you have to put in work. People think that you just make one thing and all of a sudden, you blow up over time. I've done many shows, made many clothes, some that were fantastic, some were not so great. Well, to me, everyone seems to like everything I make. But, as a designer, we're picky with our own stuff. Like, there's some things that we like, I should have never made that, but some people like it. So long as you continue to work hard and you're working hard towards a purpose, you'll get there. It took me a while to get here, but I got here.
That's right. So you right where you want to be right now? Are you in the perfect place?
I wouldn't say I'm in a perfect place. I would say that I'm getting to that perfect place.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, one step at a time. That's right. Now you mentioned it is hard. The fashion industry, it's like you're waiting for that one shot. Now, have you got that shot yet, or is just you can almost touch it? Where are you right now?
I feel like I can almost touch it. I thought, California was like the big thing, and it was because, not only when I went over there, I was the main, designer of the show. I also was the celebrity judge for their model competition over there, and I was the only participant that was not from California. I was the only one that had to travel across country to get over there for that event, and that event was a success. It was over 300 people there.
Yeah.
And,
wow.
It was a lot of exposure for me and my company. And then as soon as I came back from California, I got the call from my photographer, and he was like, I need you at this mansion in Kiowa. I'm about to put you in an international magazine.
Wow. So you
and I was like,
that's it.
Let's go. I was like, this got to be. And then now, with this show, the response I'm getting from this show is overwhelming. I didn't think it was going to be that successful because I've tried in the past to do, a YouTube channel, and I really wasn't feeling that. I felt like that was just not where I needed to be at that time. Now that, I've branded myself, I feel more comfortable, and now my show is, picking up and taking off, so I can't be more proud of it. And hopefully the next step is TV and also getting my brand exactly where it needs to be.
That's right. We're going to cover all of that when we get back from our break. We talking to Meshaun. The brand is Meshaun Denise, correct? Is that correct? Am I pronouncing that correct? Meshaun Denise is the brand? All right. That is incredible. 10 years. So where did you go to school for fashion? I forgot to mention that, ask you that early in the conversation.
I went to the Art Institute of Charleston. I loved it there. I have made a lot of connections, both friends-wise and business-wise. And, it so happened that the business connections also became great friends of mine. I have wonderful professors that I still keep in touch with, and, they guide me in every step of my career when I feel a little bit shaky. So it's good to definitely have that support system, in the type of business that I am, because it can be rough and cutthroat.
Yeah.
So.
I know it. All right, and we got a few minutes before we take our break. Now, thinking about, where you are now, schooling, everything you experienced, the channel, your show, if you had to do it all over again, what you think you would have done differently?
That's kind of hard because, I've managed to be blessed so far. And even though I've had, different struggles personally and, financially trying to get everything else, I honestly wouldn't do it, change anything. I would do it the same way all over again because I feel like it makes for a great backstory of, how I came from not having nothing to definitely getting where I need to be and living my dream every day.
That's right. So do you have a studio right now? You working out of a studio?
I have my office, which is currently in my condo, which I love. People who know me knew that I really upgraded because before I moved into my place, I used to live with my grandmother, and my room was my room and my studio. So it's not that much space. So it was definitely a struggle, trying to keep a room clean and also trying to have fabric everywhere because I had shows to do and be up 4 in the morning sewing and falling asleep at the sewing machine. So now I have my own, place, and I have a bigger office where I can just spread out and definitely really let my creativity go places that it needs to be. I'm looking for a building, but I just haven't found anything that I like that I feel would be sufficient for what I'm trying to get accomplished.
Yeah. All right. Now, do you have any employees working for you right now? Helping you out with the administrative side, maybe, cutting patterns or, a buyer.
Just like whatever. In one of my interviews I did, I'm considered a one-woman army. I do have my photographer that helps me, and, of course, my graphic designer, whenever I need her, she has definitely been a great support system. She's actually a college friend of mine, and she's very great at what she does as well. So is my photographer, I felt like he took a chance with me because I was in the process of looking for photographers, and I've had a lot of offers, and I looked at their portfolio and I was like, that's not what I'm looking for, and then I ran across him on social media, and I was like, can you help me with something? And ever since then, that's the only photographer I worked with because he knows exactly what I like before I even get on set.
Wow. And where can we find his work, in your work, online?
Online, because we're doing a lot of inventory because we're updating the section for men's. So I do have the Meshaun Denise Facebook page. Also, I keep it on Mimi Being Real, so they'll be able to get everything there. Also, and I'll definitely send this information to you, our Etsy shop, so that way if they want to buy, any kind of clothes or have things custom made, they can reach me there on my Etsy shop as well. So that way they can definitely experience, all the great things that we have to offer here at Meshaun Denise.
All right. We talking to Meshaun Denise, the brand, also known as Mimi Being Real on her YouTube channel, Charleston, South Carolina, entertainment, the fashion industry, over 10 years. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Mimi about the business. What's going on out there? How is she connecting social media to her brand, and how she gotten where she is today using that. All right, everybody. So hold tight. We're gonna have a couple sponsors come our way on Book Buzz.
Are you looking for the next great read? A book filled with love, passion, betrayal, and intrigue. The award-winning novel, Season of Change, by Tamika Patrice Kane, is sure to satisfy your literary sweet tooth. Check out this must-read book reviewers are calling uplifting and emotional. And exceptionally great read, deeply intense and thought-provoking. Order your copy today. Available in paperback and ebook on Amazon.com or at www.tamikapatrice.com.
Hi, I am recording artist Marilyn Dunn from St. Louis, Missouri. If you are looking for some soul-stirring, anointed, spiritual, and heartfelt music, visit my website at www.marilynnDunnMinistries.com. Or you can also find me on CD Baby, iTunes, and Reverb Nation. For booking information, contact Mr. Kevin Dunn at 636-856-0551. That's 636-856-0551.
Are you an avid reader of urban fiction, looking for drama, suspense, and more? Vigore Publishing is dedicated to bringing the world's best literature to our readers. Urban fiction, erotica, sci-fi, mainstream fiction, and children's literature are just some of the genres produced by our diversified family of authors. You can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and at our website, www.vigorepublishing.com.
Hey everyone, this is Tanika Gonzalez, spoken word poet. Whenever I'm online, I'm always listening to Jerry Royce Live. You can find Jerry on www.spreaker.com. Positive Power 21.
All right, thank you, Tanika. That's right, Tanika was featured on our super remix on Sunday night. We were bringing it as DJ Royce. That's right, on positivepower21.org. We was rocking it for 5 hours of poetry, 12 poets. That's right. Of course, that was a remix, but actually the show, the concert itself was 2.5 hours. Check it out. It's out there. It's offered on demand. It was some excellent reads, man. I was really surprised about the turnout of the people who was checking it out. That's right. Remember, we 15,000 strong on positivepower21.org. 15 countries. Spreaker.com/positivepower21. That's another place where you can go, and we hope you can become a follower so you make sure you get all of these great shows. We get great guests here all the time, right here on Jerry Royce Live Worldwide. Just like we got Mimi. I just love to hear young people doing positive things. Sometimes I'll be looking at Facebook. I'll say, oh, Lord, what is going on out here? Well, we got people like Mimi to help balance the scale. Tip it a little bit, right, Mimi?
Absolutely.
That's right, and I appreciate you sharing your story. Because there's some young people out there right now that's a little on the destructive side, but they probably got a little bit of talent back there in that tight jeans pocket. Probably say, I could sew, I could do this, I could do that, and probably just never had the nerves to even try it or had the desire because they don't have no role models. Nobody like Mimi to show them that it could be done using social media on a positive. Now, Meshaun, and tell us a little bit about how you took your brand and you know, infused it into social media and got it to work for you. Tell us a little bit about that strategic plan.
Well, where I'm from, you know, we always, and anyone who's lived in Charleston, South Carolina, and the surrounding areas, we always say Charleston's small. Everyone knows someone who knows someone who knows you. So I always, you know, definitely share everything I tag people in. Sometimes they untag themselves, but I tag everyone. I always try to do my research. I found a lot of models who work with me now off of Facebook just by putting up a post. I'm looking for models. Also, people who I know are in the entertainment industry, you know, I make sure that, hey, I put my name out there, tell them what I do, you know, let's work together. Let's, you know, I'll do this if you do this for me. And just did like a barter system to definitely get, you know, my name out there. Especially when I was in California, I had my business cards. You know, I was actually adding people on Facebook and Twitter right then and there. You know, I was doing everything that I could to definitely make sure I got my brand out there. And the same goes for, you know, my brothers and my sister. You know, I have a brother who's currently serving in the U.S. Navy. But he's also an author, and he's actually on his 3rd book. So I'm very proud of him as far as that. He's only 21 years old.
Yeah, you got to get him on my show. We always interviewing authors, especially servicemen. Yeah. I remember my tip, like, I love having them on the show. I remember I had a serviceman, like, back in 06, 07. Man, we hit, like, 500,000 followers on Yahoo groups because of that guy. Everybody's stuck on their base, during turbulent times. All right, yeah, we love to have him on, tell his story. Now, social media has been a big success to a lot of people, but some people don't know how to really use it. What was your, I know you was out there hustling and grinding, but what really worked for you the most, if you had to really put a finger on it?
What really worked for me is I had to make a separate page, because when you try to promote on your personal page, especially if most of the people know you, they may not take your business seriously, especially if you're cursing a lot or you're using derogatory language. And I'm not saying that I was that type of person, but, if you're trying to definitely conduct a business or build a brand, there's certain things that you have to not put on social media personally in order to get where you need to be. And I had to, learn that, because people will perceive you as the person first before they even take a look at your brand.
That's right. That's true. That is true. So you had to separate the two. And then that's when you saw a little bit more success because of the people that were in business. So on your business page, were you dealing with people that were more in business like you, or it was just people who was interested in what you were selling, branding?
I think most of the people who, follow me, on social media, they like my personality because my personality matches how I am on my show. They know that when they come to a show of mine, a runway show, they know what to expect. I'm very, different. And I always tell my friends that, especially if my friends want to help out or volunteer, homegirl Mimi is different from business Mimi. Business Mimi is a whole different person. And, I'm still me. I still make jokes and things like that, but I'm all about my business. I'm all about making sure everything's right, everything is consistent, everything runs smoothly. And, my models always make a joke, and they call me the warden because I always put them through model boot camp. Like, I will take women who felt like or was told that they weren't pretty enough, they weren't tall enough, they weren't the look, and I make them the look. I help them with their walk. I help them with their, self-esteem and things like that. And so I do give them a platform to be in the runway and let other girls know that, hey, you don't have to be a size 2. I'm not even a size 2. I'm actually smaller, but you don't have to be a size 2 to make it in this industry, because I'm all about breaking rules. Everyone is not a stick.
That's right. It's a tough industry, but, everybody has their own taste, what they like.
Right.
Now, one thing about the fashion industry, it seems like there's so many different roads you can go down, so many different ways you can, you can develop. Like, I have a friend I used to work with, like, I've been knowing her over 20 years. She has her own boutique. By her being 40 miles from D.C., she actually has made clothes for Toni Braxton and I think a few of her sisters. So her name is out there. So, like, if she having something in the shop, they may be there. She may have, like, a wine and cheese. Like, I haven't been to a shop yet. I keep saying I'm going to stop by there. But so her name is, she's been around for a long time. You're talking about 20 years in the industry. Where do you think you'd like to see yourself in? Are you planning to build yourself a large website and people can order your clothes and you have people working for you? Where do you see Meshaun Denise in 10 years?
In 10 years, I do see myself having, of course, a large website where people can, buy my stuff all over the world. Also, I wanted to have what you call a media complex where, yes, we will have our stores where you could buy clothing, but also we will have a place where the Mimi Being Real show can actually be filmed live. and be on, a cable channel, and also do other programs, like have a camp for little girls. And I know me and a good friend of mine who's also a designer was thinking about this, is making a little summer camp for little girls to help build their self-esteem, especially if they come from broken homes and things like that, to let them know that they're beautiful. They do not have to look at negative places to find love, because love will already be there already within themselves.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Now, do they have modeling schools in Charleston?
We used to have Millie Lewis, but I think that's not open anymore. And I know Barbizon comes like once in a blue moon. But as far as a modeling school, we currently don't have none at this time.
Yeah. Well, I think they still rocking John Casablanca up around here in the Maryland area, and I haven't seen Barbizon. I know they do come through sometime with the big conferences or whatever. And then there was a couple of them that was coming through every year. I can't remember the name, but it was kind of like Star Search, I guess. All right. Now, you got your dreams, your strategic planning, you got your show. Everything's in motion. And then you have this big idea of supporting our homeless veterans. When you going to bring the family in? Is the family going to come on board? Or is it just going to be a Mimi thing?
No, my family is very hands-on. We're all about, helping one another, and we always want to see each other's dream come to fruition. So I know my family would definitely be hands-on. My grandmother, of course, my mom, my brothers and sisters when they can. I know my boyfriend would definitely be, active in that, because he's like me. We all about, helping others get to the top while we're trying to get to the top. So, I know it's probably going to be a big family thing at the end of the day. As long as it's going for something positive, I'm all for it.
That's right. Now, have you been involved with Fashion Week, like New York or D.C.? Because I'm not sure about the ones on the West Coast, but I know New York and D.C. have a pretty big Fashion Week here.
I actually had a publicist of mine went to New York Fashion Week. I couldn't go because, at the time, we had death in the family, unfortunately. So, of course, family does come first. Yeah. So I wasn't able to go to New York Fashion Week. I'm looking as far as getting into Charlotte Fashion Week. That's coming up soon. And Charleston Fashion Week will actually be here in a couple of weeks, from the 15th to the 22nd, I believe. So I'm definitely going to be in attendance of that. I did, went out for the Emerging Designers Contest. Unfortunately, for the fourth time in a row, I did not get picked, but I always tell myself when one door closes, another one always opens. So
that's right.
I'm definitely pushing forward as far as that.
So you tried that for one of the reality shows?
No, I think I would not be the best person for a reality show. I think at the end of the day, I'd be too boring, because I really don't have that much, drama in my life. My life has been pretty, calm.
Yeah. Because I think we were supposed to visit the set when my daughter was taking classes, that we went to New York to the Fashion District, and we supposed to have been visiting the set of one of those reality shows, but I can't remember what happened. I don't know if we got there too late or what the deal was. But I was kind of excited, because I like being in studios and everything, checking out what's going on with the equipment and all. But it didn't happen. I can't even remember the name of that fashion show.
You mean Project Runway or?
Yeah, that's what it was, Project Runway. That's what I like that brand too. That's a sharp brand. Now I wanted to ask you this before we take a quick break and we come back with your final thoughts. How long did it take before you settled on Meshaun Denise clothing? Is that what it's called? Is that the full name?
It's just Meshaun Denise.
Oh, Meshaun. Okay, because I saw you had sent a link. I guess you said a website is coming soon, so people will be able to find you under Meshaun Denise clothing, or how would they find you?
It's going to be regular Meshaun Denise.
Meshaun. So how long it took you to settle on that name? Because I know that's people thinking, my life, this is going to be my brand.
Right. Well, Meshaun Denise is my first and my middle name. And when I first started out, I actually wanted, and it's just so funny to me because I still have all my drawings from the time I was in fourth grade
till now, and I remember I wanted it to name it Pretty Girl Republic. I guess because I was a big fan of Banana Republic, so I just wanted something, kind of my own. And then, one day, it's a funny story. I was actually in the grocery store, and this old lady came up to me, and she was like, "You're so beautiful." And I'm like, "Thank you." And she was like, "What's your name?" I said, Meshaun Denise. And she was like, "Oh, that sounds like a designer's name." So it just clicked there. And I was like, you know what? She's right. It does sound like a designer's name, and the rest is history. I felt like that was the best thing I could do is to change it to me, because my clothing line represents me. That's something I would wear, if I was, someone, so I felt like, it's my baby. Why not name it after me?
That's right. I hear you. All right, Meshaun Denise, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get your final thoughts for our audience. Anybody out there listening who want to follow in your shoes, thinking about becoming a designer or model or actor or photographer, all the things you talked about today, we want to hear your final thoughts. All right, let's listen to this message from Bill Powers.
Think you know how drugs get in those little brown bottles? Think again. Set in the green hills of western New Jersey, inside the gilded halls of power of a U.S. pharmaceutical company where decisions are worth billions of dollars and human lives worth less. Nicholas Harding, a young executive at Marshall Pharmaceutical, finds his career, family, and life in jeopardy. The Farmhouse, a suspense thriller novel by Bill Powers, published by Donna Inc. Publications, available at Amazon.com or DonnaInc.org. Go to Bill's webpage at www.author.BillPowers.com.
Hey, this is director-producer Alan Wills, and I am on Positive Power 21 with Jerry Royce Live. And when I'm online, I listen to Jerry Royce Live at www.spreaker.com/positivepower21.org. Y'all heard?
That's right. My man Alan, the short film director and producer. All right, we're talking to Meshaun, meshaun-holmes, Meshaun Denise, the designer, Mimi Being Real, the YouTube channel. So exciting to have her on the show, wearing many hats. Final thoughts for tonight, Mimi?
Same. Well, anyone who's wanting to definitely pursue, whether it's fashion, modeling, everything, just definitely be true to yourself, because in this type of business, it can be very easy to lose who you are as a creator, whether it be a fashion designer, a model. Definitely be true to yourself and know what you want. And definitely just work hard at it. You'll get there. It may take years. Some people it may take months. But at the end of the day, if you can go home at night and say, I did do everything that I could possibly do to be one step forward in my dream, then that's a day well spent.
That's right. And I'm looking at all these magazines that you've been featured in. You have your Facebook going on. Meshaun is on the road. Now, Meshaun, do you have a logo?
I actually do, and I can definitely send that to you, so you can definitely give it to your followers. But I do have two. Of course, I have the Meshaun Denise logo for the clothing company, and then I have the Mimi Being Real, and we're going to start doing merchandise soon. We haven't decided what we're going to launch as far as for the show, but we're looking at hats and, mugs and, things like that. Just little simple stuff to definitely promote it and everything like that. So that's coming.
Now, I'm not sure which episode that was. I saw it today about the little baby that was being, teased on social media. But you mentioned that you normally, you usually at home, I think, sitting in your living room, and you were in your studio. So you plan on building a set, like a nice set for your studio, for your show?
Yeah, we're in the process. When I first started this journey and, my boyfriend was like, he was like, why you always do it in the dining room? I was like, I do it in the dining room because, usually when I've worked all day, I usually come home about 9, 10 o'clock at night, and it's just so easy to just sit right in the dining room because that's the first place I see when I walk inside my house. So I'll turn the laptop on and, I see what I have to say, and then I go to sleep and try to rest up for the next morning. Now that things have changed and I've reorganized my schedule, and I just feel like my office is a better place. It's brighter. I'm not doing the shows late at night like I used to. I'm actually doing them in the morning and during the day. So that's why I decided to just do it there until I can get me the set that I want, with the chairs and the better lighting and, the effects in the background. So we're working there, swiftly but surely, but we definitely want to make sure that, we're known for a good quality show, not besides the topics, but just the overall quality of the show.
Yeah, that's right. The most important thing is, I always hear the guys say they must hear you. It doesn't matter what they're looking at. They have to hear you clearly so they can understand you, That's the main thing is projecting the good audio. So that's good because your audio was nice and clear. I was listening to you on my smartphone while I was waiting for my daughter in the sleet storm. We was having an ice storm. So I decided to tune in to Mimi Being Real. All right, that was a great show. All right, everybody. That was meme-holmes. Meshaun Denise, the designer, Mimi Being Real, the YouTube social media guru. We had a great time having you on the show. We will be streaming tonight. That's right. What episode I say you? Episode 308. That's right. Episode 308. That's awesome. All right, Mimi. Thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me once again. I definitely enjoyed myself.
You're welcome, and we got to have you back next time you got that big show about to happen. You want everybody to know about it, because I'm going to tell you, I was surprised how many people really pay attention on Facebook when it comes to buying tickets to events. I remember my cousin gave her what she thought was just a play she wrote herself. Man, I think everybody that we knew in the Baltimore, Washington area on Facebook was there. She's staying in Ramon. I was really shocked. I said, wow, people, because people don't always tag you or like you all the time. They just watch, Not everybody communicate. They just watch and listen. So I was just truly amazed by that. So you let us know, all right? So we can join forces with the rest of your team to pack the place up. Maybe Jerry Royce Live will fly out and be part of it. Because, I used to model, so I used to do my little thing. I still got a spin move that I could do. All right. Since you're making men clothes now, maybe you could send me something, because I lost a lot. I lost 18 pounds, so I have to have all my suits redone. I'm wearing my suits from my early days. That's right. All right, everybody. I'm going to tell you, Mimi, I tell them all the time, if you want to hear the good stuff, I mean the real good stuff, just like tonight, this young lady, college graduate, not an Army brat or a Navy brat, but a military brat, I call her. She's doing her thing. She's sharing herself on YouTube. She's helping people. She's hosting this big-time show. She's about to start this new contest with the entertainment world. Let's help her out, y'all. Let's come together. All right? So, Mimi, you remember to let us know when you do this thing, okay? All right. I'm Jerry Royce Live worldwide on PositivePower21.org and Spreaker.com/PositivePower21. Thanks for listening, everybody. And stay awesome all week long. Thank you for tuning in to Jerry Royce Live on PositivePower21.org and Spreaker.com/PositivePower21. This is a Royce Enterprises production. And don't forget about replay on Facebook.com/Jerry Royce Live.